It was the end of the day yesterday. I'd already clocked out. I was visiting with some staff, just kind of hanging out before I went home, gonna refill my coffee. And then the sound came. Now, when you work in healthcare or assisted living facilities, skilled nursing facilities, anything like that, the state requires you to have a fire drill. Got to be ready in case something real happens. Well, somebody had the door cracked open and the sound came, the sirens. Not really a siren, but this god-awful screaming bell and buzzer that rattles your ears, definitely gets your attention. Because, let's face it, a lot of these folks that live there are hard of hearing, and some, without their hearing aids, are virtually deaf. So the sounds are coming. Staff jumps into action. To their credit, they are getting to every resident that they can. But there's one that I know that they're going to be busy with others. They won't forget this one. They absolutely won't. But it's going to take them a few minutes to get to her. Now, these people have 7 minutes to get to the door, to get out. I had every reason to walk to the parking lot and go home. But when you work around these people, and you've been around them for so many years, you don't just walk away. And there's some that, even though they say don't hurt yourself to get somebody out, there's some that you would walk through fire to make sure that they lived one more day, just one more hour, because they come to mean something to you. Well, I have this lady. I say I have her. I know her. I have worked with her in a therapy situation in the past, but I have known her for the better part of a decade now. Lovely person. Just one of those little old ladies that you'd want to just pick up and take home and take care of because they're so sweet. I got to her room. She's laying on her couch covered up because she was cold. I mean, let's face it, she's very old. She hears the sounds. She's scared. I get her up. I put her in a wheelchair. And I take her out of the hall. I cover her up with a robe that she had because I didn't want her getting any colder. And as I'm walking out the door, one of the staff members sees us coming out and was like, "Oh, thank you." Because they were coming to get her. Don't think they weren't. And I brought her out to a safe spot because it was very cold outside, and since it was a drill, we didn't have to get them outside in the very cold air, which would have been detrimental to her. Got her in a safe staging area. Everybody made it on time. Everything was good. And then took her back to her room, got her back on her couch where she had been comfortable, covered her up, tucked her in. And she was still scared, but she was thankful that I got her out and that I helped her. You see, compassion doesn't stop when your time is done for the day. When people need help, you don't just turn it off. Because if you do, you're not doing the right thing. You're not in the right business. Now, I've told people before that for whatever reason, I feel God pointed me in this direction to be a therapist assistant. Now, could I go on to be a full registered therapist? Yes, I could. I know that. But that comes with different constraints, different obligations, and a lot more debt. And at my age, more debt is not what I'm looking for. Not when it takes too long to recoup and actually show that you're making really good money, because too many people value money over substance. I may be rough around the edges. I may be unfiltered. But I have compassion for others. And every person that I work with knows that. They feel that. We talk, we tell stories, we work, I get them moving again. And for what brief time I get to spend with them in a day or during a week, they get to know that they're heard. Now this lady, she's safe, she's tucked in, she's warm, she's right where she needs to be. Staff was appreciative of my help, but I didn't do it for praise. I didn't do it for, making staff's job easier. I did it because for that one person, and it's not just one that I would do it for, but for that one person, I would have thrown myself through a window to get her out in a fire situation. Because at the end of the day, people are people. And too many folks in this day and age have forgot that people matter. We'll never come together if people forget that the person they're aggravated at, or they're looking across an aisle at, or they don't agree with politically, is still a person. And that person deserves respect and compassion. So please, if anybody watches this, and if you take nothing else from it, remember that the person you see, regardless of their situation, is still a human being that deserves compassion. You don't always have to agree with them. You may not even have to like them. But if you see somebody that needs help, don't be afraid to help them. Have a good day.